answers also got me selected. So one thing that I've realized is that, one wrong answer or one right answer cannot get you selected or rejected. It's about the process, right? If they feel confident that you will be able to do well, even if you don't know things, that's all right. Otherwise, if you know everything, why would you want to do an MBA? So I think
If you find the content relevant, then do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also hit the bell button to get a regular notification. Also do share your experiences and any suggestions that you have in the comment box. Hope you enjoy it. So, hi Abhishek. Congratulations for making into Ahmedabad and Bangalore. I'm sure it'll be a great feeling. So, I heard and I believe you're quite famous for rapping. I mean, you rapped in an interview. Can you share a small rap with our students?
thank you so much, sir, for having me. That is very kind of you to say. I did rap in my interviews, and I can maybe rap one song which almost all of the aspirants would have heard, and this is from Gully Boy, and I relate to it very much. So maybe I can start with that. Uh, so
Please.
uh, so here it goes. खड़ा हूं कैसे मैं यहाँ पे अब ना पूछना, दर्द शायरी में तुझको चाहिए सबूत क्या, शिखर ये सोच पर जुड़ा हूं मैं जमीन से, यकीन तुमको ना पर आ गया या मैं यकीन से, लाख नफरतें हो साथ माँ का प्यार है, हंसी है उसकी जीत मेरी कैसे जाऊं हार में, काट लो जुबा आंसुओं से गाऊंगा, गाड़ दो बीज हूं मैं पेड़ बन ही जाऊंगा, दिल था टूटा तब हिप हॉप मेरे साथ था, उजाल मिलने में मुझे हर रात का ही हाथ था, कलाकार मैं कल को आकार दूं यही है मेरा धर्म मेरी दूसरी कोई जात ना, माँ है रब मेरी गली ये मेरी माशुका, लड़का एड़ा मैं झुकाने पर भी ना झुका, सुन रहे जो मुझको बेशुमार प्यार उनसे, बनाता गीत मैं पर मैं खुद बना हूं तुमसे, गौर कर लो मेरी बातों पे तुम ध्यान दो, नैन को मैं नम करूं सुकून में देता कान को, चिल्लाओ जोर से उठाओ अपने हाथ तुम, असली हिप हॉप से मिलाएं अहमदाबाद को, अहमदाबाद को, हाँ जी अहमदाबाद को, असली हिप हॉप से मिलाएं अहमदाबाद को क्या.
Wow,
Thank you, sir.
Abhishek, great. I'm sure your apps would be motivating for a lot of students. Okay, with this, let's start with this one. How did you prepare for the PI and VAT for the various IMs?
Right, and of course there's a very amazing story behind it, but before I would like to start, I think a lot of the aspirants would be able to relate that all of us read these interview experiences on Quora and all of these other websites, and we think that it's almost impossible and unreal for a candidate to know so many things. So before I start into how I got to preparing, one thing that we need to realize is that the questions are always directed towards you, which are relevant to your profile. So they wouldn't ask anything which is out of your profile, and which they would think that is not is not something that you should know. So just have that in mind, because everybody's profile is different. That's why everybody's questions are different. You don't need to know everything. For GDPI, there are a couple of parts in which this preparation is divided. So you want to know why do you want to do an MBA, and there are a couple of HR questions around that. And then there are questions on your undergrad specialization. Then if you have WorkX, then you would want to know something from their interests and hobbies, about your geographical location. And there are these separate buckets in which you can divide the questions, frankly. And I was very fortunate that I was preparing with Rochelle madam, and it was an amazing experience. So she would send the list of probable questions which you can prepare, and then of course it's about uh, thinking as much as possible of what can be asked with respect to each of these. And there are some templates which are there. There are some basic questions which you of course would always want to know an answer to, and then read as much as possible on this. Of course, current affairs is, I think, one thing which I missed. So you would need to read a lot of newspapers in the 1 or 2 months that you get after the calls till your interviews. And it was the same for me. I went through all of those questions through this entire process, and that's how I prepared for GDPI. Apart from that, mock interviews play a very important role. So I remember that I appeared for a couple of mock interviews with you and Madam, and with you, I think I bombed all of them. And what I realized is that mock interviews with you were more difficult as compared to my actual IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta interviews. So that helped me a lot when I was performing so poorly in that interview with you. Uh, that gave me the confidence that even if it goes this bad, I'll be able to pull myself from such a situation, which I think also happened in my Bangalore interview. And it was really helpful in the way the interviews were conducted, the mock interviews. And eventually, it all felt that, it's just playing it over and over again for them, and maybe in just refined form. That's it.
So, what was the focus in your interviews? So, where did the interviews focus on mainly?
So for I'd like to talk with regards to each and every interview, because it was a little different for each and every one of them. For Bangalore, it started with this rap, and there was some discussion around the music industry, which I was not expecting. So from this, my takeaway would be that whatever your hobby or passion is, don't think that the question would be only limited to that. So I mentioned that I like to rap, but then the discussion was around the trends in the music industry since 1960s to now. Because you analyze your hobbies and interests, you know that these are probable questions that could be asked, so that helped me. Then there were questions on monetary policy, because the professor asked me that are you up to speed on these economic and monetary aspects. I told them yes, and then there was a discussion, and it went very hypothetical. And what I also realized is that there were four questions in which I could not get the answers right, because I told them something and they were like, no, your understanding is wrong. Then I told them something, they told their understanding is wrong, you are wrong, this is not correct. And there were four consecutive questions which I could not get. But then I tried to come up with a joke to lighten up the situation. It worked for me. They started laughing, and then I was back in the game. And then there were some questions around my work ex, around how the banking industry works and blockchain and so on and so forth. And then, of course, the standard question of why MBA. There was also some discussion around the fact that why do you want to do an MBA from a 2-year MBA maybe, because you already have 5 years of work ex and you are doing pretty well in life. So from this experience, what I realized is that if you have not written your own answers, and if someone has fed the answers to you, they'll be able to crack you, because they check if you actually believe in what you are saying. And I think the professors are amazing. They just know your thought process. And it's also like psychological to some extent, that they want to understand who you are. So just be true, prepare well, know yourself the best. Why do you want to do an MBA? Why do you want to go for IIM Bangalore maybe? And things to those, and have genuine answers. So there are ready-made answers available on the internet. You, like, if you pick those up, they'll be able to get that you don't believe in those answers. So that was that. I think IIM Bangalore interview was amazing, uh, because uh, all these wrong answers also got me selected. So one thing that I've realized is that one wrong answer or one right answer cannot get you selected or rejected. It's about the process, right? If they feel confident that you will be able to do well, even if you don't know things, that's all right. Otherwise, if you know everything, why would you want to do an MBA? So I think they also know this. They just check if you're confident enough and if you're able to bounce back. And that happened for me. And I'm very fortunate that the panel considered me worthy for an admission. And on top of it, I've also received a merit scholarship of rupees 6 lakhs from IIM Bangalore already. So that sort of gave this indication that it was an amazing interview, even though I could not get many of the answers. Like, right is not the, I could not even get the answers, let alone right. But they were okay with my attempt. So I think that is what matters. For IIM Ahmedabad, it was a very balanced interview, and it was along the lines on which I had prepared. So it started with why would you want to do an MBA, then some questions around my work ex, and then some questions around my hobbies, interests, and then a couple of questions around the VAT and current affairs. So it was a pretty balanced interview. For me, it was a very short one, about 15 minutes or so. So that got me a little worried, frankly, because for the other candidates, it was going on for about 30, 35 minutes. But I am happy that I've made it. IIM Ahmedabad was very, very balanced interview, and there weren't any surprises as opposed to Bangalore. It was everything that I was expecting, so that was good. For Calcutta again, it started with civil engineering, so that was not my strong suit right now. So it did not start on a very good note after the rap. And after that, there were questions from WorkX, which I was able to handle fairly well. And then, as we know, like Calcutta asked a couple of questions on mathematics from probability or calculus or matrices. So I was also asked a couple of questions from probability. And then Calcutta interview was very interesting in the way it ended. So we were having this discussion on WorkX and then these mathematics question, and suddenly the professor asked me, "Okay, tell me the straight line distance between Indore and Calcutta." And it was like out of nowhere. And I told him that, this could be the answer and this is my thought process. And he told me that if you fly in a straight line from Indore to Calcutta, which are the states that you cross? And that's it. And that's how it ended suddenly. So that was also an amazing experience. For Lucknow also, it was balanced. It started with YMBA, then civil engineering, WorkX, and some amount of extracurricular activities. But again, for Lucknow, the interview is very short, about 10-12 minutes. So did not explore that much.
So you already have passed out long time back from your engineering. So do you think it was fair to ask you civil engineering questions? Just
Actually, I, in the interview also, when I could answer none of those civil engineering questions, the panel also asked me that I am not sure if it's fair to ask you this because you might have forgotten it. But I told them, sir, it's fair. They actually do expect you to know. So what I would say is just brush up your concepts. I actually did brush up my concepts in February before my Ahmedabad and Bangalore interviews, but because of the COVID scenario, the interviews for Calcutta were pushed to May. So I've forgotten what I'd read. So my advice would be just brush up the concepts. Those are very simple, basic questions that you will find anywhere, like on any of the websites which are there.
okay. What do you think the interviewers are looking for?
In my case, I thought they were looking for confidence. The first thing was confidence, because in Calcutta and Bangalore, both were sort of stress interviews in which they try and see that if you are able to bounce back from rejections. So on your face, they would straight away say, no, you are wrong. And how do you take that? Or they would cut you in between your answers. And how do you take that situation? Like, do you get offended, or they wouldn't agree with what you just said with your opinion? So how do you take that entire thing? Apart from that, I think they are looking for consistency in terms of your academic scores, because it's very rigorous, and in terms of extracurriculars as well. Especially for IIM Ahmedabad, you can only mention your achievements on a national and international level. So again, they are looking for consistency. Whatever time you like, have you been dedicated throughout in that particular uh, hobby or interest of yours? And for me, I did not have any international or national level achievements, but I'd done a lot of things, and I'd read on all of them, so that if a question pops up, I am able to answer. So that helped me. Apart from that, communication skills are important, how you present yourself. One thing which I realize is that these are two big brands, like so they have some weight of their own. What I think they're judging is if you are able to carry that weight on your shoulders. So if you are, and if you make them proud, if they see that capability in you, they'll select you.
Any tips for preparation for students?
The tip that I would have is like, again, find a good and great mentor is what I would say. Because when we read these answers, we don't know where to stop. So for example, my interest was cricket, let us say. So when you start reading about cricket, there you could spend days reading about cricket, but then there has to be a hard stop of uh, any deeper than this won't be required. So when you're starting on your own or preparing on your own, you don't know where to stop. You could stop very early, or you could go a lot more deep, and that would just be a waste of time. So and there are a lot of things to cover. Like, there's no syllabus as such. Any question could be asked. So you should know what to read, how much to read, where to stop. And I think in that, having a great mentor helps a lot. And I was, again, as I mentioned, very lucky. Also, so we had these mock interviews. A lot of the questions which were asked to me in my final interviews, I was already prepared of what an answer should be to those questions because of the mock interviews. So that also helps. If you think that you can all like figure out everything on your own, then go for it. But I think it's too big a chance to take that risk. My recommendation would be just prepare under a great mentor.
Okay, one thing that made a difference.
uh, I think, of course, it would be the rap for me because in all the interviews, it was a lot of risk. Frankly, I still remember the day, when I had this mock interview with you, and I bombed it. And Rochelle madam called me half an hour later, and she told me that you beatbox and rap. So how about you write a rap to introduce yourself? And I was like, okay, that sounds like a fairly good idea. So I started writing that rap. Eventually, had it in the final form about a day or two. But I reached out to a lot of seniors, lot of alumni, and all of them suggested to not go for it. Like, you don't like, the panel is not expecting you to rap. Some of them may not even consider rap as music. And what if you offend them, right? You are someone with 5 years of experience. They expect maturity out of you, and you are like, I'll rap. So a lot of them suggested, in fact, all of them suggested not to go for it. But uh, but it eventually happened. And I think that was the turning point. In Bangalore interview, it started off on a very serious note. They cut me off right in between. They tell me about yourself answer, and then I told them, I've written a rap. So, and then from there on, it was just like a casual discussion. Not casual, frankly, but more of a discussion rather than a Q&A session for IIM Ahmedabad as well. So we were having this discussion, and they told me, what do you do in your free time? And I told them I do these XYZ things. And then I've written a rap, and when I rapped, the smile that they had on their faces was something that I remember for the rest of my life. And I think that's where it sealed the deal for me. Even in Calcutta, I was in last panel, and I was the last candidate. So the professor asked me that, you mentioned beatboxing and rapping, like, entertain us, do something for us, because we are bored now, we are tired. And that's how it happened. So in none of the interviews I had to say that, I want to rap, but the panel gave me an opportunity. And I think that is where it made all the difference, because they could see the creativity and the effort that I had put in. But again, as I've mentioned it, there's no one right or wrong answer that will get you selected or rejected. So even if I could have gotten rejected even with the rap and everything, but fortunately it worked in favor of me. So take that calculated risk, be you, is what I would say. And of course, all the credit for the rap goes to Rochelle madam, no doubt about it. She gave me this idea, and fortunately we were able to materialize, and it happened in the interviews as well.
Great, Abhishek. And thanks for giving us the time for your whatever advice that you give to the students. I'm sure they'll benefit from this. All the best for your career and the future. Yeah. See you again sometimes.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Okay.